Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. Today we're going to talk about Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This will be a no spoilers review, so let's get into it. And man, this is quite the movie. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background for this review and for my mindset on this movie in particular. At the time of this recording, I had a bad day at work, okay? Customers were rude. I was sore, I was tired, and I was like, you know what, I had just a crap day. So I went into my local town, I went to the local theater, but before that, I went to McDonald's, and I ordered a smorgasbord. I got like 2 burgers, 2 burritos, from the breakfast menu, and a large coffee, and I just indulged. And I was like, yep, had a bad day, I'm going to treat myself. I ate good. And then I was like, let's go catch a late night showing at Godzilla. And holy crap, was this the movie I needed for a bad day? Because is this movie the greatest thing in the world? No. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. It is just a good time, guaranteed. Turn your brain off, relax after a hard day at work, go get a group of friends. It's this kind of movie where you can just, if you're bored and you don't know what you want to do, or even if you go to the theater and you're like, I don't know what I want to see, I just know I have $15 in my pocket, Godzilla is the movie for you. Because I remember when the first one came out in 2014, people were like, there's not enough Godzilla, there's too much humans. And then the filmmakers were like, oh, we got you. So they were on this train while making the movie, and then before you go into the movie, the filmmaker should be like, hey, take this with you, you're gonna need this. So you as the audience member, when you're watching their hot experiment of a movie, you should be like, yeah. And I'm not saying, to do drugs or anything like that. I'm just saying that's the kind of mindset you have to be in, okay? Don't expecting this movie to reinvent the wheel. Just go in, have a good time, look forward to monsters fighting monsters, to cities getting destroyed, to continents being shifted. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you want from this movie. That's the kind of stuff you get from this movie. Because I've seen a lot of complaints from other reviews saying, the human characters weren't developed. You don't go to a Godzilla movie for humans. I don't care who's in it. I don't care if you got Millie Bobby Brown and Ken Watanabe and whoever else is in there, because I couldn't care less. You don't go for them. You go for the monsters, for Godzilla, for the 3-headed dragon, for the giant moth. I don't know their names either. And it's the same thing with Transformers movies. Sure, you got Mark Wahlberg, oh cool, but you go to see robots fighting robots. And so go to Godzilla wanting monster on monster combat, and you're gonna have the greatest time of your life. I had a blast, and I'm not saying this as a knock on the movie. This movie was pure fun. I sat back and I just had a grin. I was like, you know what? This is a good time. This is a good time at the movies. I was like, I had popcorn with me, I had a soda with me, and I never get food at the theater. 1, because it's super expensive, but 2, I view the movie as enough of a meal to not have to eat. I visually am just purely stimulated the entire time. I'm like, I don't need to have food. I don't want that as a distractor. Nope, I was like, I had a bad day at work. I just wanted to have a good time, and Godzilla provided on that. And again, is this the greatest movie? No. Okay, there's a lot of dialogue in this that sucks, and there's a lot of comedy in this that falls flat, that should not be there. And yeah, the human characters are not developed. They are just there for the sake of having a cast. But like I said, who cares? You don't need a human cast. It shouldn't matter if they're good or if they serve a purpose, because you're going for Godzilla. You're going for the monsters. And on the flip side of this, what this movie gets right is that it is visually a feast for the eyes. The cinematography and the way it is lit and colored. Oh my gosh! If you are a fan of movies for visual aspects, go see this movie 4 times, because it is visually beautiful to look at. The soundtrack is great, and there's some really good action in this too. And yeah, I had a blast with it. I thought it was just pure fun, just pure cinematic enjoyment. And I'm not saying that it wasn't good, but at least it's fun. I'm like, no, it's good because it's fun. So that's why you should go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It is just a pure summer ride. Just go in and just expect having a good time. That's what you're going to walk out with. So that is my quick review of Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Go see this one in theaters, because you're going to want to see this on the biggest screen possible. It's super fun, and I hope you walk out of your theater with the same level of enjoyment as I do right now. It was a lot of fun, and I might even see it again. So if you like this video, comment, share, like, subscribe to all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace.